Welcome to the American Dream Selling Myrtle Beach. I am your host, Patrick Mayfield.
And I'm your host, Lanice Mayfield. Get ready to grab your peanuts, your popcorn, and your favorite baseball cap because we are headed to the Pelicans Stadium.
And after that, we are going to a beautiful Waterway front home where we have an exclusive private chef, Ricky Lang, owner and chef of Gringo Ninja, who's gonna be cooking it up for us today. So come on, let's go check it out.
We are so excited to be here at the Pelicans Stadium with the general manager, Kristen Call, and the president, Ryan Moore. Come on, guys, let's go check it out.
So Ryan, can you tell us what sets the Pelicans Stadium apart from other stadiums, and what is unique experiences or things that you offer the fans that come here?
Pelicans ballpark is probably one of the most unique ballparks in the entire country. Minor league, major league. We're situated less than a mile from the ocean. And we're also in the heart of a huge tourist destination. 20 million plus visitors come to Myrtle Beach annually, plus the hundreds of thousands of locals. So every night at the ballpark, it's a melting pot of people that are from here, people that are visiting here. We operate with a tires in, tires out mentality in terms of the fan experience. We want the ability to get in quick, park easily. We have free parking here at the stadium, but we also have attendants that are pushing you in the right direction, so you're gonna be able to find a spot quickly. So before you even come into the game, you're already starting to feel the experience.
So Kristen, tell me about a special fan experience.
That special moment for somebody to walk out onto the mound and throw out a first pitch, that's not something that everybody gets to do, especially on a field that's manicured and taken care of like this. That in and of itself is a really special moment. There was a family here a week ago, and they were here visiting Myrtle Beach, and they were doing all kinds of different activities all over town. And at the end of all of it, they asked their son what his favorite part of the entire trip was, and he said throwing out the first pitch here at the Pelicans game.
Well, thank you again for being here, and there's only one thing left to say, that's go Pelicans. Welcome to 249 Avenue of the Palms, right here on the Intercoastal Waterway.
And we're doing an exclusive interview with a chef, Ricky Lang from Gringo Ninja. And no matter rain or shine, we know how to have a good time.
So Ricky, tell us a little bit about, your culinary background and how you got started with Gringo Ninja.
Yeah, of course. So early on in my adult life, I always worked in restaurants and just customer service. So I kind of got started at a relatively young age. And then at some point, I thought I needed to, get a better job, obviously. So I was an engineer. And then all of a sudden, 2020 happened. COVID's running rampant. Everyone's just kind of sitting at home, with their thoughts and just trying to think of ways to, just overcome like these unfortunate circumstances. And, I always just made sushi in my house. So my wife was like, man, I don't really know anyone else that makes sushi, in their house like us. So she's like, maybe people would like to learn. And that's how it started. I would just go into people's homes. I would teach them sushi. Every 1 to 2 times a month, I would go and do it. And then it slowly turned into 4 or 5 times a month. And then I had a group of people that, were like, hey, could you just make it for us? And I was like, well, yeah, I guess I can do that. And that's when I just had a totally different outlook on it. And I was like, man, maybe there's a market for this whole private chef thing. I started doing more and more sushi. And then I just had the idea, I was like, man, maybe we should start offering other things. And I knew I was kind of limited of how far I could take this. So I started actively looking for other chefs that specialize in different types of cuisines. And then something that, was 1 or 2 times a month slowly became 20 to 30 times a week. And within the first year, we actually started expanding into different cities. So we're looking at a little bit over 2 years, and now we have chefs that serve 10 different cities.
That's amazing. And that's an incredible story for that to be born out of, the pandemic. I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of The American Dream, Selling Myrtle Beach. I'm your host, Lanice Mayfield.
And I'm your host, Patrick Mayfield. Until next time.